Jillian, thanks so much for joining us today. I really, really appreciate taking time out of your schedule to chat. And just so we can get started, and I've had the opportunity to get to know you a bit over the last few years, but for those of you, for those who are tuning in who haven't gotten a chance to know you, if you would just give a couple minutes about maybe your background, what you're doing now, any of those things to kind of give people a little perspective.
Yeah, well, I have always been an artist, so that's always been something that I've been drawn to and have studied here and there. I didn't necessarily go to get a degree in art, but I went to school for art, for a couple of years and just kind of dabbled in it. Never really thought that I could do a full-time business doing art, but that's what I'm doing now. So I do a lot of commission work and live wedding painting. So it kind of just snowballed into a full-time art career, and that is what I'm doing, and I love it.
That's awesome. I know, I'm sure you can inspire a lot of people, the kind of creative arts, whether it's actual art or the art of storytelling or writing. I know that that's something a lot of people struggle of do I take the leap into entrepreneurship, doing these things full time. So I love that you've been able to do that, and that you love doing it. And so I think a lot of people will be able to be excited and relate to that. Can you tell me a little bit about your past with mentorship, whether that kind of looks like formal relationships or informal relationships? Where do you think that in your past, the idea of mentorship kind of started for you?
Yeah, I've had one, I guess, major mentor in my life, female mentor, and we worked one-on-one quite a bit, and I've been in a lot of groups that she has, and I just really resonated with her, and so I kind of dove in and did a lot of work with her in all different areas. So it was like spiritual, it was career related, it was personal relationships. It was a lot of different categories of mentorship. So it was kind of a broad spectrum, and it was amazing. And then I've had some kind of like, smaller group mentorship opportunities as well, even with like the bakery and different places around the area where people have come together just to, and even on Facebook where they come together and kind of offer their opinion and their ideas and kind of support you a little bit, just not so much on a formal level. But yeah, I've had one major mentor that has kind of covered all areas.
Do you see, in what ways do you see yourself as a mentor? How did those relationships come about, do you think, in your experience of mentoring others?
Oh, well, I guess I don't necessarily see myself as a big mentor. I mean, obviously there's different people that inspire you and what they're doing and kind of the direction they've gone. So I do think that I've maybe inspired some artists and some people to go for it and to do what it is they're passionate about and what they want to do. There have, I guess, been a couple younger artists that have reached out to me and asked questions, and I've done, some small mentorship on that level. Not any like full force agreement where, we sit regularly and talk and they just kind of shoot questions at me and I give them my feedback and what I've done, and kind of just tell them what I've done, and that has just came about naturally through maybe Facebook or even their parents kind of connecting us, just saying, hey, I have a child that's really interested in art, can you talk to them a little bit about how you got started? And so it's just been some little things here and there.
I love how modest you are in downplaying what an impact that has on people, especially those brave enough to reach out and make those connections. What do you think, even in those kind of more informal situations, what do you think needs to be true in a mentor-mentee relationship, whether it's formal or informal?
Oh, what needs to be true? Well, I think that for sure for a mentee, that they definitely stay true to their gut instinct and what is calling them and what feels right to them. Even in my own relationships with different people and different, there's so many people giving you advice and so many people that do it different ways, and you really just have to trust your gut and what feels right to you, and take people's advice like with a grain of salt, and don't feel like you have to do what they say. And as far as the mentor too, just allow people to be themselves, and you can guide them, but ultimately it's what feels right for them.
I love that. I think that is so important to allow for that space, um, like you said, for each other to be able to grow.
Yeah.
What do you, why do you think there are not more women mentoring or more women not receiving mentoring? Why do you think that that's less common or less prevalent?
Oh, that is a tough question. uh,
I told you I was going to bring out the guns.
wow. I guess I've never thought about or even realized that there were less women, just because I guess my mentor is a woman, and the groups that I've been in have had mostly women, so it's really hard for me to answer that one, just because in my experience I think I've been surrounded by women, being mentored and mentoring. So gosh, I don't even know if I can answer that one.
No, that's fine. I mean, if you see the evidence the other way, maybe I can ask the question this way: what types of environments do you think that you've put yourself in that those things are true? That there is such a solid support system of women supporting other women, and why do you think that what you're doing or where you are, what makes those groups successful? Maybe.
Yeah, I think that I've definitely reached out and kind of searched for the women, the groups with the women in it, just because I've kind of more focused on supporting like the goddess in myself, and women being in a healthy feminine role. So like the masculine feminine, having that be a healthy exchange in a healthy environment. So I think a lot of what I was looking for was for women supporting women, but also I don't know, like also just healing the masculine feminine. So that was just kind of the direction that I went for and went to, was a woman mentor, and I think she attracts mostly female mentees.
Because that person, your mentor, is a woman, do you think that you're able to have a stronger bond or connection, or what is that relationship like between the two of you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like we have a really strong bond. She understands, the dynamic of being a woman, and the kind of the emotion that goes behind it, and just the different way of thinking and showing up. So we have a really strong relationship and understanding. But she also is able, like I said, she's been in all different areas of my life. So she's able to kind of show me different ways to show up in every aspect. So in my career, in my job, and certain, situations with clients, with friends, with men, so it's every relationship even. So it's kind of a broad spectrum, and because she is female, I think that she can just relate, and it's easier for me to feel comfortable and open up to her about everything.
Do you think, and kind of going from the lens, you were talking about all the different areas of your life, thinking about the lens of being an entrepreneur and everything that comes with that, the struggles, the rewards. Why do you think it's important for entrepreneurs to have a mentor or someone they can go to, and specifically maybe female entrepreneurs, adding that dichotomy in there as well?
Yeah, I think it's really important for a mentor, just because there's a lot of times when you are an entrepreneur, you're scared. You're scared that you're not doing it right. You're scared that it's not going to work, or, there's just a lot of fear involved. And I think that if you have the right mentor, they can kind of help guide you and calm those fears and reassure you, and sometimes give different ideas about, where to head in a different direction, or whether, you should kind of let go of something that's not working. So it's just a different set of eyes. It's somebody who's not so attached to what's going on, and right in the middle of it, they can kind of calm the fears and guide you a little bit easier when it's not, such a huge part of their life, just because they're a little bit more detached.
Yeah, I definitely see that with mentors that I have in my life. Is, sometimes when I come to them, I'm bringing all of the drama, all of the other information with me, and they're able to kind of just say, okay, what are the important pieces here?
Yeah.
So
Let's step back a little bit.
Yeah.
Settle down.
Now, I do have kind of a bit of a personal question, as far as you're the mother of a beautiful, now I can say young lady. I feel like I've gotten to see her from girl to young lady.
Oh yeah.
How, talking about this idea of your mentor helping you almost unlock this and grow this goddess within you, what are your thoughts on having being a parent of a daughter, and mentorship? How do those things connect for you?
Oh, I think it's huge. It's, me myself, I'm growing so much, and she's seeing that, you're kind of setting an example for your own child. And she sees me work on myself and my business, and getting guidance from somebody, and knowing that I don't have all the answers, and that somebody else can help me grow in all these areas. And so it's really awesome for her to be able to witness that. And the fact that I've always said that she's homeschooled, so she sees it all. She sees every aspect of it. She's gone to me with, to meetings at coffee shops and different kind of business things. She's gone with me to those. So it's been amazing for her to witness all of it, because I just know that, they soak it up, and she's going to be doing the same thing when she gets older. So it's so fun.
Awesome. I love that. Is there anything else that you want to talk about or cover or say on the topic of mentorship? I know I've taken up quite a bit of your time this morning already, and I really, really appreciate it. So.
No, I don't think there's anything else. I think, to me, it's just so important for people to know that they have to listen to their own gut and their own intuition, because sometimes they could get in the wrong relationship, whether it's, whatever kind of relationship, but with a mentor as well, sometimes you can get in with the wrong person. So follow your gut, and know if it's not right, then, you just need to listen to that. So I think that's huge.
Yeah, I love the don't force it.
Yeah.
Don't force it just because you think or know that it's an important relationship to have.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah, or if they're
really,
telling you to do something that you just don't feel like is right, then
yeah,
follow that. Yeah.
that's the perfect advice to leave our interview and conversation. Uh, give something to these gals to think about. And thank you so much, Jillian, for your time.
Yeah, of course.
We loved having you.
Thank you so much. It was fun.